Hi, Irv Arndt with CFS Agronomy. It's August 13th. Wanted to give you an agronomy update of what we've been seeing out in the field and some different items we got going. So we'll start out on the soybeans. Soybeans, still seeing some aphid numbers starting to climb in some of our geography. Like I said before, there's hot spots in these fields. There's areas there's not much, but it's getting towards the point now where it's getting pretty late to spray them. But if you do have a high infestation, definitely recommend doing something or giving us a call. A lot of weeds showing up in the beans. One thing we got to really look at, what kind of pre you have down. We're finding out that multiple modes of action definitely worked better on the pre side, and the higher rates of pre's. We're probably going to have to go back to some higher rates of pre's. Just a tremendous amount of weed pressure out there, especially with water hemp. A few giant ragweed, things like that. So don't throw your chemical program completely out this year just because we do have some weeds. One of the things you got to remember is we had a lot of wind when we were fighting to spray post, and it was kind of late in some cases, so the weeds are big. Good saying is if you can see the weeds from the road, you're kind of late to spray on the post side. So good looking bean crop overall. Some of our territory is fairly dry. We need to catch some rain, especially down in that southwestern part of our territory and the western side. The eastern side has definitely had rain, and everything looks good. Another thing on the soybeans we're really seeing, and the corn, is fertility levels. Where we have higher fertility, especially potash, when it got dry, or it's been dry, those crops definitely held in there better. So I would encourage you, look at your soil test, look what you got going on, talk to our folks on that. Potash is definitely going to be cheaper this fall than it's been in a while. So I would strongly encourage any extra money or things like that, stick it into potash. It's always going to be a good bet. And if you got a long-term deal on the land, the potash isn't going to go anywhere. It's like putting money in the bank. Also phosphorus, our higher phosphorus fields that have been managed intensively, hung in better on the drier weather, I should say. We did fungicide strips in some corn when it got dry. We actually were able to pick them out. So definitely a difference there. One of the things we're seeing is the corn stayed greener and was healthier. We'll see what it does when we get the yield. But that was really encouraging. Now, since some of those areas have got rain, those strips don't show up as much. So what that tells me, the fungicide definitely helped in those stressful times. I would strongly encourage you to start looking at soil tests now. See, we got a soil test for this fall. It's probably going to be a fairly early harvest. I look for black layer on a lot of this corn around that end of the second week of September to the third week. So there'll be some beans harvested fairly early this year too. The beans are far advanced. And that's about all I have for today. Strongly encourage you to reach out to our staff. Another item I did forget is we're doing a lot of NDVI maps, vegetative index maps. We have the ability to do that off our a program we use through one of our partners. So it's a great learning experience to go through with your agronomist. So any questions on that, give us a call, and have a good day. Thank you very much.